and I'm going to start putting in little areas that I think would be leaves. And you could make little circles, or you could touch, you could do all kinds of different stuff. I would suggest that you experiment with this. Little circles, see this? I'm using the corner. And it just gives little leafy textures and just different things like that. This is like the fifth time. This is like the fifth time that I'm trying to make this video, because it's one that I didn't want to make. If you guys watch a lot of YouTube and a lot of different creators, you already know about the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act through the FTC, and how YouTube, violated that particular law, and it's affecting all of us creators. If you're not familiar with it, I'm going to put a link below so you can go ahead and read a little bit about it and check it out and see exactly the details of what it is. I'll give you a basic outline. YouTube got fined because they were collecting information on children under the age of 13, and they were taking that information and they were bringing it to advertisers, and they were saying, hey, look at all of these different children between this age and this age, pretty much advertise with us, spend money. We guarantee you that these children from this age to this age are going to be watching this stuff. Complete violation. You're not allowed to do that. They got fined like $170 million. Because of that, we as creators now have to classify our channels, whether it is for children or not for children. Meaning, in my mind, I think, well, this is for adults. My videos and my painting videos are for adults, but that doesn't matter, because children may be interested in clicking on one of my videos if they want to create something or if they want to learn. It could be appealing to a child. So as of January 1st, they are doing a sweep of all these different YouTube channels, and there's a chance of them being demonetized. Okay, and when that happens, I don't make any more money on YouTube. I love making these videos. I love to inspire people. I want to reach millions of people, which is my goal here. But if they strip the monetization from my channel, they're going to take comments away too, the ability to share the video or anything like that, okay? And if that happens, my reach just kind of gets thrown out the window, and I'm not going to be able to do that. Also, when I make these videos, as any other creator will know, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort to go ahead and try to document the process of creation. The AdSense on YouTube really compensates for that. It could be anywhere from $1,000 a month to $2,500 a month as an income, which really pays for the videos. It pays for the time. I think you guys know what I'm talking about here. So listen, so here I'm a positive person. I don't want to just stop making videos if they do that. Okay, so what I did was, a little bit back, I created a Patreon account, okay? And in my mind, I have been nervous for weeks about this, thinking, well, what happens if they if they classify my channel as attempting for, or appealing for children to watch, and they put me into that category? That means a lot of stuff goes away. If you go to Patreon, I'll put the link right here on the screen, and I'll have it down below. You can click on it. If you go over there, if you believe in what I'm doing, head over there and support me if you can. If not, I'm going to do my best either way, but I figured, you know what? I'm going to put it out there to you guys. A lot of people like the videos that I make, and I really don't want to put a damper on those videos. So if YouTube takes everything away, and I have an audience over on Patreon, okay, that supports me, I can make any video that I want, whether it's monetized or not. So that's the point of this particular intro on this video. Like I said, it's something that I really did not want to talk about. But if you believe in me, if you believe in what I'm doing, and you want to see me continue, head over to Patreon and just do whatever you can. And that's about it. It's a topic that I just don't even want to talk about it anymore, because it's very discouraging, not just for myself. There's other channels that have already, started to close down, out of being fearful. They have employees. There's a lot of things going on. Look into it. COPPA. There's a link below. But today I thought that we would do something very, very different. I use a lot of oil paint here on the channel. I wanted to do something with cheap paint, very cheap entry-level paint, and it also being acrylic, okay? I'm gonna do something very basic. We're gonna paint a tree today, but we're gonna use the cheapest paint that I could get, which was like a Liquitex Basics type of paint. And that's it. I just want to show you guys that it doesn't have to be oil paint. Oil is my particular favorite, but acrylic, you can do similar things with it if if you do it a certain way. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. I appreciate all of you, the comments, the messages, and everything. You guys are really, you know, very, very inspirational to myself, and I'm honored to be able to make these videos for you. So once again, just look into the particular topic and you'll understand the fear that a lot of us have. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. All right, so what I want to show you here is pretty much just the basic idea of how to make something simple like a tree, you know, using acrylic paints. I'm only using one angle today on this camera because this is going to be a real simple lesson. Now, I'm using the same brushes, my brushes that I use for oil paint. I'm using the same ones. These are older brushes just because I'm going to use a little bit of water here, and I don't really want to, they're going to fray out just a little bit, so keep that in mind. Whatever brushes you use, make sure they're an older set, or ones that you're not too worried about, because the hairs may kind of just like fray out. All right, so this is just a little bit of water I'm putting on this canvas. This is actually a canvas board that was sent to me. All right. Okay. All right, so I've put water up here. The first thing I want to do is I want to establish just like a background, okay? So I'm going to take, and I have my colors here on some palette paper. All right, so we just have, you know, titanium white. I think this is cerulean blue, ivory black. This is like a sap green and a cadmium yellow color that we're using. All right, so I'm going to take a little bit of yellow here. And there's still a little bit of water inside this brush here. All right, and I'm just going to go like this. I'm just going to swirl some of this color around, just adding just a little bit at a time. Tiny bit. Just because I want something going on in the back. And this won't be a real detailed painting, but it's just going to give you the idea of what you can do with, you know, real cheap acrylic paint. I think this was like $4 a tube. All right. And because I have water on, you know, here first, it's going to let you blend this. And I'm just adding a little bit of yellow at a time, just a tiny bit. And I'm doing these little circles. All right, I'm going to move over right now to some of the white. Just a little bit of white on there. And I just want to put this here because I want it to be a little brighter on the left side here. Just like this. And you see that's like blending, that's blending real nice right there so far. Okay, all right. Let's see here. All right, there is a color. There's a color that I forgot to put down. And I'll tell you what that color is. That color is burnt umber. Burnt umber. Okay, so we got our yellow up here. We got a little white over there to make it a little bit brighter. So now we're going to go into the darker tones. So I'm going to take a tiny bit of the green, black, and some of the burnt umber. And that's going to give me like a earth green tone, hopefully. All right, so I got some of that mixture on here. I'm just going to wipe it off. Because the whole time that I've been doing this, I'm working with small amounts. All right, so I'm just swinging some of that color around like that. Let me just add a touch more green to that. And wipe it off. And you could do these little circles again if you want. See this? This is pretty easy, actually. Pretty simple stuff. I'm going to wipe this off pretty good. And I'll just soften this just a little bit like this. All right, and if you want, you can dip into a little bit of water. I just dipped into a little bit of water. See that right there? I'm just going to wipe this off a little bit. And you could really come up here and like blend these colors together. All right, I'm not going to spend too much time doing that. Let me just wipe this off down here. This is just the dirty stuff on the brush here. Okay. All right, so now back into the, I'm going to go back into the yellow color. And all I'm really doing here is just getting some background material. That's it. Or, you know, maybe they're trees. I don't know what it is. Just going back and forth, maybe some white. Nice light green color. Mix a little green and white. And that'll lighten this up. It'll push it a little further back. Because anything that's super close to you, you know, shouldn't be real dark. It should be light. And I'm just doing these little circles. That's all I'm doing. I'm using barely any paint on here. Apologize, I know my hand's in the way. I know my hand's in the way. I'm just going to pull a little bit more white and green and a touch of that yellow color, just so we have all different kinds of stuff going on here. And honestly, to simplify this right here, if you want to, you could just take your brush, some water, and a little bit of yellowish green color and just go everywhere, all over the canvas, and just create a small little background. So like, let me dip into some water here and show you what I'm talking about. So I dipped into some water, okay? I'm gonna go into some yellow. It's a very thin yellow and a touch of green. So this is like soup. See this right here? I'm even gonna wipe some off. I'm gonna do it down here. You see how that's spreading? And it's very easy to blend. Super easy. So I'll just fill in the rest of our areas here with this real thin color. Not too worried about the top here. You can scrub it in. All right. Now, we're going to have a tree right down the middle here. So let me grab a little bit of white and a touch of yellow. I just want a real bright color. And because there's a tree right here, I just want to make it look a little bit backlit. So I put the color down, see? And then I'm just going to kind of fan this out here. Well, not fan it out, I'm twirling it in circles. All right, it really kind of pushes that background really out of the way now. So it looks like there's a few different things going on, and you can experiment with this too. Let's say you want yours a little bit more yellow. You just put more yellow in it, see? All right. It's totally, you know, everybody's different. Everybody likes different, you know, different looks, different colors. But I'm just trying to show you that this is just a, you know, a weird little background. Okay. All right, let's get on to the tree here because let's face it, that's boring. Doing the background, that's boring. All right, let me set this brush down. So I have a synthetic 3/4 brush here, okay? This is gonna be really good for just kind of getting the basic, you know, the basic tree design in. So I'm gonna go right into, I'm gonna take some of the brown, which is the burnt umber, and a little bit of black, just to kind of darken that brown up. All right, no water, just pure paint on the brush. And I'm gonna start right up here. And let's see, let's go like this. Yeah, start up here, bring it down, something like that. Just get it in, and you can even sketch it if you want. You can make it like this, see? Just so you have your basic idea of what you're doing in. I know I want a branch coming here, you know, something like this. All right. And I'm just going to take the flat side of the brush and just, you know, put the little roots and stuff in. You could, whatever, just scrub the color and just get it in there, okay? So you see we already have the outline of the tree done. So I'm going to get some more brown and some more black. Okay, more black than brown. So the idea here is to make a super dark color. And I'm going to go on to the right side because in my mind, the light's over here. So I want that to be dark. See? So I'm going to put this in like this. And this brush comes to a chisel, which is good. And I keep getting more paint, by the way. That's what I'm doing down there because I want this side to be dark. That's going to give depth to the actual tree. Making one side dark and then making a nice transition over to light. Now that probably looks like garbage right now, but just give it a few minutes. And I'll show you what we can do. Still putting in nice black color. Slice a few little pieces in over here maybe. Little shadows and just different things. And like I said, I'm not too worried about this being some big detailed painting. I'm just trying to give you an idea of what you can do. All right, I'm going to give it a quick wipe on the paper towel. And now I'm going to take some brown. Yeah, let's get some brown. This is pretty much just brown and a little bit of white in it to make a, you know, a lighter brown. So I just took the burnt umber and I just lightened it up a little bit, and I just want to put a couple little areas like this and just kind of get rid of that hard line in the center there where it goes from dark to light. All right, back down. See this, I have white on here now. I'm gonna kind of go back and forth. So I want to take a little white, pull from the outside, go down, get some more, and it's turning like a light brown color because it's mixing. See that? Now you see this branch right here? I want it to come in front of the tree. So when I set this color down, see that? And make it come in the front of the tree. And I'm just going to continue getting the light color and dropping this light color on, and I kind of slice it in, make little brush strokes, which always look good on a painting. Come right up here, pull some on the side. All I'm doing is taking the white paint and sticking to the left side. If you think the light is on the right side, then you do it reversed. Put the light color on the right side. See? And you could pull the brush, put it flat like this and just kind of soften some of these little areas up here Or if you like having the different brush strokes in there, keep them. All right. Okay, now I'm going to wipe this off here. I haven't cleaned anything yet with any water, really. I've just been wiping it off. All right, so I'm going to grab pure white and just a touch of yellow. Pure white, touch of yellow. And what I want to do, I have pure white and a touch of yellow, so the light is coming right here. I really just want to carefully, boom, place this white here. Just like that. I'm going to go down and get more. And I want this to be real distinct here. Right there where our light's coming in. So let me wipe that off now. I had pure white on there, tiny bit of yellow. And I'm going to hold the brush flat like this. And I'm just softening up some of those areas. See? I'm just touching, I'm using the corner and I'm pulling, touching, and just kind of pulling it. All right. Okay, now let me wipe this off. Let's go on to the back side real quick. All right. So now I'm going to take blue, some of this, whatever it is, cobalt blue, I think it is. I'm going to take some blue, put a little white, touch of black in it just to darken it a hair. So blue, there's a tiny bit of black in there, and it makes it dark. All right. And I just want a little bit of blue in this tree, so I'm going to come right on the shadow side. And I'm going to just go like this. I don't want to eat all the black up though that I already have on here, so just a few little slices is always efficient. And I do keep reloading this though. And I'm touching and pulling. Super easy. Break that line up in the center there so it's not so harsh. See, I'm touch, pull, and it just gives little textures and things. Little reflected light. And it looks cool. It's mainly for looks. Okay. Just going to wipe this off again. And if it makes you feel more comfortable, you can dip it in water and clean it. But it's not real necessary to do that. You could just kind of wipe it off. Now with this 3/4 brush here, we'll make some limbs. All right, so I'm going to take a little bit of our brown and black, pull it to a nice fine point right here, and let's go right here. Make a nice little limb. I'm going to push harder as I come into that tree right there. And every time I want to make another one, I'm going to reload. All right, there's a limb there. Put a few little baby ones coming off of here maybe. Something like this. And the harder you push, the bigger the limb will be. And you can spend all the time in the world, doing this or making these limbs. I'm just trying to show you, how to quickly make them. And a lot of people have asked about making acrylic, paintings, and I work with acrylic sometimes, but not all the time. But I figured now is a good time to do the video, especially with all the stuff coming to light on YouTube. I want to try to get all the videos I can in just in case something goes wrong. So there you have some branches right there. All right, easy. All right, now you can take some white paint, mix it right in with the brown that you have on your brush already, and you can do a few little quick little highlights. See this? Just slice in a few colors like that. A little bit of white, I mean, up here, same thing. And this just kind of, you know, makes it uniform with the rest of the tree. So I'm going to wipe that off, and look, I'm just kind of blending it in. And when I say blend it, I'm just touching and pulling it. No straight lines. We don't want no straight lines. That easy. See? You see what I did here? I touched an area that I shouldn't have, that I didn't plan on, so I just made another little branch. All right, moving on. Okay, I'm going to wipe this off, and I'm going to take green and black. I'm going to mix green and black and yellow, like a 50-50 mix. All that's going to do is give you a dark, you know, just a dark yellowish green color. I'm just mixing it up. All right, dark, very dark green. Now let's just go up here. I'm going to use the corner of this, and I'm going to start putting in little areas that I think would be leaves. And you could make little circles, or you could touch. You could do all kinds of different stuff. I would suggest that you experiment with this. Little circles, see this? I'm using the corner, and it just gives little leafy textures and just different things like that. All right, let me go back down to my pile here. Get some more. I'm just throwing this color, and this is just for demonstration purposes. I'm not trying to make any kind of a masterpiece here. I just want to show you that there's so much you can do, you know, with acrylic also. See, I'm touching, I'm just doing all different kind of shapes and things. No repetitive shapes here. All right, you see what I mean? I'm just really getting right in there and not worrying about it. Go over top of the tree, you know, because that looks natural. I'm just reloading here, just reloading. Come out here, same thing. Look, corner, all right? Cool little designs. Think about little leaves and stuff right over the tree. But if you go over the tree, it may still be wet, so you just reload. Right, over here, put a few things in there like this, see? I'm just being real free and loose with this. I'm not worried about each little leaf or whatever. The little circles, you can have control. It's a good way. All right, you see that right there? Nice. All right, let's wipe this off. Didn't clean it, just wiped it off. Now, I'm going to take some yellow. And there's a little color in our brush, so it's not going to be a perfect yellow. But think about the light over here. And you're not going to be able to really see this too good, but I'm dropping in some yellow. If you really want to see it, get some yellow, mix it with white, like this, and just start dropping in little areas like this. And it's going to look like little highlights on the leaf, see? White and yellow. And I'm touching softly here, and I'm using the corner of this 3/4 only. And I'm primarily trying to touch in the areas where the dark is already at, where we put the dark leaves, because if you do it in the light areas, it's not going to show too good. You see what I mean? And you can change the colors up. You can do yellow if you want a darker yellow. It all depends on what, you know, whatever you're feeling. But don't cover up all the black, or the dark, I should say, because that won't be good, because then you won't see anything. It'll just look like a flat old color right there. All right, let me just step back and take a look. Oh, and if you want to, you can take a little bit of that water on your 3/4. You can mix it in with your, take the water, 3/4. It's a very, very thin paint, and you can add, little tiny branches and things like that. Or you can use a liner brush also. This will just give you real small little details. And here, I'll do one out here on the side like this. See that little baby right there? Yeah. All right, so that'll just make your little tiny branches. If you mix water with something, it's going to get super, super thin if you do it that way. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is a acrylic painting, which a lot of people have been asking me to do. Like I said, I didn't want to create or try to create something super detailed. I just wanted to show you what you can do with, Liquitex basic paints, like $4 a tube. It's super cheap. There's options out there. You can make anything work as long as you believe that you can do it. You can definitely make anything work. You can use nail polish if you'd like and create a tree. If you want, I'll do a demo on that and show you how to do it, because I've actually done it. So think about what I said in the beginning of the video. I hope everything turns out on a positive note. I'm always thinking positive, even though things are looking so negative with that particular situation right now. I want to thank all you guys for watching. I hope everybody has a great day, and I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. God bless every one of you. Take care. I'll see you soon.